Hello, Glitch Reaper here, and yeah, I'm back with a quick vlog. I wanted to update you as to what was going on. One thing, I have been having some issues with my 1.10 mod pack, again. So I've been kind of considering, some people have been kind of telling me that 1.10 is a bit less stable than, was originally let on in terms of memory usage. And I gotta admit, that's kind of getting to be the case, because it seems every time I get to a certain progress level, things kind of go wrong. Mainly just in terms of RAM leaks, and it's hard to diffuse the situation every time. I've done it a few times in the past. I'm not sure whether or not I'll be able to do it this round, but I do keep trying and figuring out if there's anything that I need to remove that's particularly RAM heavy or has like cascade issues or something like that. So I might be able to pin it down, I might not. I'm not 100% sure. Now, the thing about it is, well, most of the mods that I have in my pack in 1.10 are available in 1.11, and it's said to be a lot less memory intensive in 1.11. And the same is also true for 1.12. But not everything that I really am considering core mods are ready for 1.12 yet. I know there's a lot of things in 1.10 I was wanting to go over and do, but there's also some new stuff in 1.11 and some old favorites that have kind of returned from the dead suddenly, and they're in 1.11 and beyond. So it's one of those things where I'm debating whether or not I want to go a forward inversion again or not. Now, I may or may not be able to transfer my world. The way inventory was handled was a bit different, so I'm not sure how well everything will go over if I try that. I may do a similar world, I might try something completely different. I might even try a bit more of a challenge with initiating with things, I'm not entirely sure. But what I consider the core of Punk by Magic is still in 1.11. And that being Lycanized mobs especially, but also to another degree, we have the Toho set, because I mean, seriously, what would Punk by Magic be without some angry fairies shooting at you? I mean, it's kind of, it's the literal definition of getting punked by magic. So, it's one of those things that I gotta admit I've kind of kept at the core. I mean, both 1.7.10 version when I was experimenting with that, and in 1.10 it came back in an unexpected way that I really liked. And there may be other stuff to kind of represent the set, so to speak. And I am kind of considering going forward if I really need to. And there's a lot of good things about getting past the exploration update, etc. That would be really cool. I mean, if it goes to 1.12, I get parrots. So, yeah. I mean, it's just an expression of things going forward right there. In like straight up good news, rather than just pondering my pack, I have heard that Asnor is stirring again in terms of getting Thaumcraft 6 actually done. Now, it's been slow progress, and he has been kind of pecking at it over time, but it is something that's kind of going to happen. It's just no exact idea of exactly when, and or what exact version it's going to be. It's just the only guarantee is somewhere in like 1.10 and beyond, pretty much. So I don't know if I'll be able to add that into one of them immediately. I don't know if he's going to do it on like the absolute latest. I'm not entirely sure. Now, I have kind of subtitled my versions of Punk by Magic different things, and I mean, the whole going forward thing kind of affects that. And 1.7.10 was basically Punk by Magic Alpha. 1.10 was Punk by Magic Mana Flux because of all the crazy stuff fluctuating around 1.10. 1.11 would be Exploring Mana, and 1.12 would be Colors of Mana. But going forward after that, I don't know yet, because at this exact point, Minecraft hasn't even technically done 1.13 yet, which would be kind of a technical update, which I guess for a pack in that would be technically mana. I mean, come on, you gotta see that joke coming. But we don't even know about 1.14 and stuff yet, so I don't know how the future of the pack will go in terms of those, in terms of even its name. But I do know that it'll always be Punk by Magic, and it'll always revolve around certain things like Lycanized mobs, etc. And there's, again, a lot of the other ones, the majority of the ones that I'm really after continuing to explore and do or advance with when I hadn't before, or in fact in 1.11 and 1.12. So I can move forward with it if I really need to. So if I don't diffuse this particular RAM problem again, then I may be going forward with a new version of the pack, and it wouldn't take me too terribly long to technically put it together initially. That's one stage of the whole thing I'm actually pretty good at, is knowing exactly what I want in the first place. And with all the mods out there, that really does save time whenever you're good enough to know what you actually want. So that does help. Now, other news, less, I guess you could say a bit more low-key, would be that I have had a bit of a whirlwind week. I mean, I've had a lot of, like, family stuff happen. As you can see, I have still kept up with things to a good degree, but you can also see that kind of affects me a bit. I mean, I've been trying to be more frequent, if I can be, but that is kind of if. I mean, I again, with my kind of luck, I never put out a guarantee on that because, well, again, you may have observed that I have some weird luck. So, yeah. So I try to just try, basically. And this is something, again, I like doing, so I'll keep at it even if it's not exactly quite as frequently. So far, that hasn't been too much of a problem. But it is just something I'll always try to remind people to keep in mind, that just keep it up there, hold on, I'll always be back. But it just may not necessarily be as quickly as I personally wish to do, anyhow. In other news, I mean, the thing is, I've been kind of experimenting with a few things in vanilla recently, so I do have a few refined ideas that'll probably translate into modded, and that's going to be, I think, pretty nice. A lot of these things have been around for a while. It's just things that I finally got around to experiment with, but again, refining even more this whole design here. I've been experimenting more with this and trying to figure out how to get this perfect. Because the whole idea of a testificate trading tower has always been one of my things that I've been really after, and I want to get this down perfectly at some point. I mean, this one alone works out pretty fine, but again, I have been experimenting with vanilla with a few friends and stuff and trying to figure out how to get this to work better, so we'll see. And again, that's also another cool thing that I've just been doing that on the side. Oh, hi, son. Let me just readjust you a bit there. Thank you. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm still going to be going forward. I may also do some bigger mod reviews at some point soon. I've been convinced by people to finally go forward with some of the big ones that that I've been interested in a long time, and for that matter, played enough of, so that they're the ones going to me for information. So it's more like, why not do a big mod review on them? Those will probably include Abyssalcraft finally, but also probably Evilcraft. When it comes to Abyssalcraft, I'll also be showing information on some of the add-ons and other stuff that has cross-mod content with it. At least for the current versions, I might be able to go back and do some like retro versions for like 1.7.10, where it also has some like different cross-mod content and stuff. And for like Evilcraft, it's a lot bigger of a mod than most people think it is. It really is, and it has a really cool subsystem in it that I really have not seen anybody show off before, and I'm totally going to do it. That's just like, you don't even expect that you want something like that until you see how cool it is, and it's like, yeah, I want one of those. So, yeah, that's something to just keep in mind for later. And I do have other things coming up. And there's a few things I've been wondering if it would be a good idea to bring back. I mean, like the old seed showcases. I haven't seen anybody do that for a long time. It's one thing I kind of miss. I might even do a few of them eventually, because I have ran into a few randomly that are just kind of cool. Like an archipelago that I ran into recently, where you can just start off like a survival island set. It's pretty cool. And there's been others that have been nice, and with the new terrain that's been added past the exploration update, it would be kind of nice if I run into a few and show a few off that happen to have easier access to some of the newer, cooler structures, like, oh, say the Woodland Mansion, etc. Those are things that's always nice to have an easy seed, so I might even do a few seed showcase style things. I'm not entirely sure. It's just been something I've been missing out on, not seeing much of recently, so it'd be kind of cool just to know if I could do it that way, you know? So I might try for it. I'm pondering. I don't know, anybody want something like that? Because it's been a while. I mean, is it really faded out because people just aren't interested in them anymore because we have better travel? Or is it that people just... I don't know. I mean, does anybody else miss seed showcases that people have done? Because it's just something I've been kind of thinking, you know, I haven't seen that in a while. I might go for it. Anyhow, Just pondering. Well, I think that's all the news for right now. At least not that I hadn't revealed some other way. Oh, Twilight Forest popped up unexpectedly that way. That was cool. That was cool. Anyhow, this is Glitch Reaper, and I'll be logging off. So, it'd be nice to hear from y'all later. And before I say goodbye for now, it's time for Parrot Party for now. Wait, did I really? There we go. I already had one in. Sorry. Next time, should remember, already had Parrot Party music ready. Okay, now, with Parrot Party going on, I can finally say bye for now, everybody.